Are you serious?
You don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons. Of course, if you are still enjoying the series, drop a like on the video. That would be tremendous. I am still buzzing after the last derby. To be honest, we have another one coming up today, so nice and easy, eh? Now, on your screen, of course, you're seeing Regan Booty. Something I didn't actually mention was that I'd picked him up for Osasuna. I did it in like February. Well, maybe, no, it was like March, because his contract was expiring at Seg. And I thought, oh, you know what, yeah, screw it. We'll sign him up on a free. It'll be great times. We'll give a nice long deal at Osasuna. Be wonderful. We'll have him here for a bit. And then, of course, well, what happened. But you might notice, at the top of the screen, he's joining Dinamo Zagreb. We've signed Regan Booty up for the summer, because why the hell not at this point? They basically obviously didn't want him, so they've basically just let him go for basically nothing. So Regan Booty is going to be coming over to the loveliness that is Dinamo Zagreb for next summer. Just nice to have his booty presence around the club, no doubt. First of which was at home against Šibenik. Sadly, it was a 0-0 draw. We played these guys in the cup final, but you'll notice something about this game. We played quite well. I'm amazed that we didn't score a goal in this game. Despite that, I made the hybrid that I was talking about, where I took some of the things I liked about one tactic and brought it into the new one. Basically, just upping the press, changing a couple of little bits and bobs around to get what I thought would be a little bit more out of it, making it an advance forward, and I really do think it works. I've noticed that Strikic has been getting way more chances. Sadly, he didn't take one in this game, though, which is a shame. Thankfully, though, next up against Dugapolio, it was a different story. A penalty for us, of course, after just 5 minutes gave us the lead. Then this happened. Roberts' ball in, Jelaber's header, goal. Except the game disallowed it, and I went, just one of those things that happen sometimes. And then when this goal went in for them, a brilliant little goal actually from the edge of the area, smacking this one home to go 2-1, I thought it was an equaliser. Turned out the VAR had actually overturned the offside decision on our second goal, and that's the first time I think I've seen that on the whole of FM21. We did grab another one here late on with Ramadan Sobhi making it 3-1 on with 10 minutes left here, and another solid performance was sort of wrapped up. But sadly, with 2 minutes to go, we managed to concede another sort of low-quality chance here. Good ball through, Rakic on the edge of the area, drills it home off the post for 3-2. But again, look at the performance. Creatively, we were phenomenal. And honestly, I don't think we were that bad defensively in this game. We just happened to concede 2 quite low-quality chances. But I was looking at, more importantly, over the last 2 games, the fact that we've had 3.4 and 3.8 since I switched it. That's huge amounts of creative output for us. Just perhaps hasn't been quite met with the goals that you'd like to see. But that, in time, I'm sure that will come statistically. The key thing is that they've not just been like nonsense chances. They've been chances falling to players like Strikic. He had a 1.8 in this game. Jalabert had a 1 and then a 1.8 and a 0.8 as well. Like, they're falling to the players I want them to be falling to, which suggests to me that we might well have stumbled upon something here with this new style of play. Like, Strikic was getting some good opportunities in this game, and I think it's only a matter of time before he starts taking them regularly. But yeah, don't know how we only won 3-2. But today, we host Hajduk Split. Of course, we are 14 points clear at the top of the league again. They have somehow fallen off and could end up coming 4th this year. And a win against them today could really compound their misery. Now, we're going to try out the new style. I'll show you the little changes in a sec. Advance forward on attack. Bam. That's the biggest change as far as personnel goes in here. The only other changes I made, I don't think there's any here. Obviously, we're on positive still. And the only other thing I did was prevent short goalkeeper distribution and push the press to extremely urgent. And I think what it is we're winning the ball back quicker. Strikic is giving us... He still drops deep because he comes deep to get ball, which means he kind of does the job of a pressing forward sometimes because of our pressing style and the way that he plays anyway, but still has that advanced forward-like run, and it is a really nice combination. Now, hopefully, that progresses long-term. Don't know, but I'm curious to see how it goes. Sadly, we had to play Longstaff as a ball-winning midfielder last game, and I do wonder if that actually was part of the reason we conceded those 2 goals, which is just he obviously likes to get forward a bit more, and it did leave us a little bit more exposed due to Ezri Konsa being suspended, but it doesn't matter because my man Konsa is back today, so we'll move Longstaff back over there. I feel really sorry for Kem Gamble at the moment, but I can't justify him in the team at the moment when Longstaff's played so well. I'm also going to drop out Jalabert, even though he's played quite well, because I want to see what Sobhi does in the role in this system. Although, actually, he only has 8 finishing. I thought his finishing was better than that. What about his long shots? 10, despite those 2 bangers. If anything, I think Jalabert will be better for this role, so I'm going to stick him back in again. So I think that is going to be our lineup for today. Is there anyone I'm missing here? No, Kem Campbell has to be in the team, surely. I'll put him in for Boykov, because we need to keep her. This is the non-6EU thing. So yeah, those are the only changes, but it definitely seems to make us better going forward. Now, how that will play out against a really good side like Hajduk, not that they showed it in the last game, is a different question. You know what, I'm actually kind of tempted to give Kem Campbell a run up here in this attacking midfield spot because he kind of has the position. He's got everything for that role. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Obviously, Strock is unavailable as well, so we'll have to bring in Bogolin. Actually, no, we'll bring in Vallejo. And of course, worry not, we will be showing the other teams that we've got quite a lot of them now to check up on at the end of this. Hopefully, it's going slightly better for some of them, given that both Ermis and Seged both offered us job interviews during that period where we were unemployed. So, yeah. It's another derby, the third one of the season so far. We got a bit of a fortunate 1-1 draw in the first one, made some changes, and then came back with a bang in the second one to win 5-1 and reach the cup final as well, where we will play against, of course, Šibenik, who we've actually not beaten them so far since we took over. However, we did look very, very good against them in the last game. Will they get another dodgy penalty? That is the question. All that and more coming up today. So we'll have to see. Simic into the path for Striker. This is what I mean. He just letting him off the leash a little bit is really, really helping him, I find. Getting into some good positions to have some chances. Oh, that's a poor ball, though. Oh, well played, Matty Longstaff. No, that is an extremely good tackle. And by that, I mean it was terrible. But it could now be that this new style might be a little bit too aggressive for teams like Hajduk. So we'll have to see how this game goes and maybe use the original one for these types of matches and then have the hybrid version for the other games of Strikic is through. Good bit of work there. Simic. Round the side for Strikic again. Brings it down brilliantly. He's working very hard now, is Vlada. Simic. Oh, ball through. And it's cleared away relatively comfortably, actually. Might even be a break on here. It's a good ball through. We've got plenty of... Are you serious? I'm sorry, but what? Oh, well, it's funny, innit? But, like, for crying out loud. I don't know. To be honest there. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but there's 4 of you. And what is the reason? Like, and the goalkeeper looks like he could have got that. What the hell was that for a goal? Okay, anyway, it is what it is. We move on, but... God. Like, you see defenders make some weird decisions on FM sometimes, but usually it's because there's like an imbalance or like one player's caught up the pitch. I don't understand why they just let him run straight through the middle of them without attempting to put a tackle in. They've either switched over or they're already playing quite an interesting system. It's like a back 5, but it's very narrow. So, yeah, either they've switched over to that or I just didn't notice that they weren't playing that to begin with. And I swear they didn't start the game in that system, and we seem to be struggling to break it down. I've started moving the play down the left-hand side as well now, open it up a little bit, see if we can find a bit more space now that they're playing such a narrow style of play. Ramadan, Mihailovic is through! Oh, and he's missed the target. That, you have to hit the target there, bud. Got to try and pull this out. We've got to try and pull out another draw here, I feel like. Needs to keep this momentum going. Round the side for Simic. He's got through. He's going to shoot, isn't he? Yep. Candellaro's got to do something here. There we go. Finds Pavlish. Ramadan. Nice. That's better. He's got Simic. Round the side is... Here he is. Strikic has hit the post. Ah, it's not going to be our day, is it? It's not going to be our day. Oh, unless Vlade's got one here. Goes for goal and it's hit the post again. Oh, yeah. No. Well, it's going to be a defeat at home, which is the last thing we wanted. And it just hasn't been our day at the end of the day. Second half, we got much, much better. Had some good opportunities, which have all just been fluff. There was the Mihailovic chance. There was the 2 different shots from Strikic, which have hit the post in this game. Oh, dear. And I don't think we've even played that badly. I think it's been a pretty solid performance, but we've conceded. And that's really all that matters. You can see how much better we got in the second period. Having little chances here and there, but it wasn't enough to wipe out the horrendous defending of the first half. And sometimes when that happens, it's like, well, what can you really do? There isn't a tactic for actually do some defending. First time for a while that Matty Longstaff's really let us down. He just didn't look quite at it. It's weird how creatively we actually look pretty good. The actual ability to finish chances has just gone away in the last couple of games. But nevertheless, we push on. We've got one last game against Lokomotiva in the league, who are doing surprisingly well in the end before our cup final against Šibenik, where hopefully we'll be in better form. Right, we're back. We had the game against Lokomotiva, and well, this happened. Yeah. Another terrible piece of back pass defending there, and it was 1-0 to them. And annoyingly, that was how the game finished. It's actually kind of nuts how we failed to score in 3 of our last 4 games, despite actually creating an awful lot of chances in them. Now, it could just be a statistical anomaly, but it is kind of interesting how we seem to have got better at creating chances and worse at taking them, especially in this game. Like, okay, we weren't as good as we have been lately, but there was a couple of times in this game where Strikic went right through on goal. At one point, he got round the goalkeeper and still hit the side netting. And there was another chance when Sobby got the ball when they played another almost identical poor back pass and missed the goal entirely. It's crazy that we're just missing every chance possible now. It's absolutely mad. But nevertheless, that's the situation. Now, obviously, this is why we do tests and stuff. It's interesting to see how the different tactics work and don't work and why. And that one I'm struggling to find out why, honestly, because the chances are there. We're just missing every single conceivable chance at the moment. Now, maybe that'll even out, or maybe there is just something that's not working properly. I don't understand why, though, because they're getting in the positions to score goals. They're just not taking the chances at the moment. So we will have to see. I'm still going to persist with it for today's game against Šibenik, because we actually played very well against them, albeit didn't manage to score a goal somehow, but hopefully we can finally turn the tide. I played a friendly in between the two games to try to get us a bit of confidence and goal scoring back, so hopefully that will have helped out a little bit. Bayern versus Juve is the Champions League final tonight, so I don't think that really changes our strategy in any way. So did my assistant change any players around for the last game? I don't think he did really. Longstaff has a slight knock though, and he's not going to be able to play today, so Kem Campbell will come in perhaps a more suitable role for him, as he did not perform well in the last game. Everywhere else though, Connor Roberts was suspended as well, so he'll be coming back in as well. He's on a new contract, which is nice. As is Hodak. I just got him on a new deal too. There's lots more talk in the media about Vlade Strikic leaving. No bids obviously just yet, but I am concerned. The money being batted around is about 22 million at the moment. Now his release clause is 30, and I do have a trigger for an extension. I'm worried about losing him in the summer, if I'm honest. Very worried. But if we do, and it's because of the release clause, then there's not really a lot I can do, because he won't agree to a new contract or even talk to me about it at the moment. So yeah, we're kind of screwed on that side of things currently. Strok will come back in for Zugai, who's out on international duty, and Boykov. I mean, Pavlis. Well, there's no point in having Longstaff, although I actually can't bring Boykov in, so we'll bring Bagol in for Longstaff. So, it's the cup final. Nice and easy, eh? Hopefully we'll see something different, but at the end of the day, I'm not too fussed about random results at the moment, just because we're trying to figure it out. And you don't figure things out by winning every game, because if you did, you'd already have it figured out. He has a lot of making up to do, because he's missed a lot of chances lately that really a player of his quality should not be missing, and there's really very little excuse, particularly the one where he went around the goalkeeper. Like, he took it right past it. It was one of those weird ones where they sort of phased through each other, and then he was almost like basically in line with the goal, but it just goes straight to the side netting. Like, come on, we knocked out Hajduk Split. The fact we're off of 2 back-to-back defeats is not ideal coming into this, but hopefully the lads can dig deep when it matters most. We're playing this game at home as well, which is kind of helpful as well, so hopefully that home advantage will come true, but it didn't help us really in the last derby now, did it? Right, massive time now. Can we do the League and Cup double? That's, after all, what we kind of need to do this season, just to stabilise. I realise our lead at the top of the league has actually been cut slightly since we joined, but I felt like that was always likely to happen, just as we experimented with tactics, tried some stuff out, and all that jazz. And we've put up some pretty good performances as well this season still, and I think we'll be able to win the league next year at a relatively comfortable margin once I kind of decide what I actually want to do with this tactically, because I'm still a little bit on the fence, but that's why these sort of clubs coming in at this part of the save is quite important. Jelabert really driving forward there, lovely stuff, takes a few players out of the way, and Strikic drops it back. Campbell, Mihailovic, Campbell again. So this is better, really confident football from the lads to start off with. If we could just score a goal, that'd be nice, eh? Simic. Loads of bodies in the box. Roberts is one of them, and Simic just goes for a little bit of a wasteful shot there, in all honesty. He'd be better off just holding onto the ball and keeping the possession for a little bit longer, as Torres can now break away for Zibenec. Please don't give away a stupid penalty. Great tackle. Brilliant tackle. Not that that has stopped us from conceding penalties, albeit, but still. I don't want them getting frustrated and just throwing random shots at them. Strikic, right, there we go. Got loads of support out on the left-hand side for Jelabert, and we can just slowly work this ball against her. Great ball. Kem Campbell, and it's 1-0 inside 2 minutes. Kem Campbell, a brilliant ball from Cesar Jelabert, and it is 1-0 in the cup final. And, well, it's the forgotten man. Kem Campbell is not who I would have expected to come up with a potential cup final winning goal, but nevertheless, he's given us such a great early. It's a brilliant ball from Jelabert. The control is superb, and the finish is calm as you like. He is very much a mez for me. He just seems to perform better there. Brilliant work from him. I think Jelabert is going to be the key to our success today. I think some of his passing plays could be what gets us out of this. Jelabert driving into the box again. Can he get one on his left foot this time? All the way through, and at the back post is Rocco Simic for 2-0. Cesar Jelabert, his 17th goal of the season for Simic. He was key during the first part of us joining the club, getting all those goals initially, but Cesar Jelabert just stands his defender up, drives past one, goes towards the second one, and puts a beautiful little ball all the way through there. Simic is at the back post, and it is now 2-0, and, well, for me, this has been a show run by Cesar Jelabert. He's been my man of the match after 16 minutes, and I hopefully I'd like to see him win the award at the end of this if we carry on playing like this, because he's been superb. Maybe nick a goal or something. Kem Campbell. Candelaria along the floor, and another good strike at goal. Okay, so where was this sort of football in the last few games? Thing is, I'll tell you where it was. It was on the pitch, honestly. We aren't playing that much different to how we've been playing recently. The difference is today we've actually been scoring the chances. It's mad. But here we go. Hodak, maybe they're just sort of getting used to it a little bit more. Mihailovic, Campbell with space again. Will he go for goal or will he just keep on driving? Kem Campbell's going all the way through here, and Roberts keeps the pressure on. A third goal soon would surely kill this tie off and win us the cup practically by half-time at this rate. Roberts, we've got to be careful that we don't go and concede a goal or something on the stroke of half-time. Like, 2-0 is a great lead, but we want to make sure that we grab the next goal. The next goal for me changes this game and decides a lot about what's about to happen. Strikic driving forward. He's going to have to drop this off, surely. No? He's going to keep on going. Goes for Jalabert. Roberts' ball, and Basila with the header, and it is now 3-0 before half-time. Thomas Basila, surely player of the season. He won the player of the season for the league, and he bloody deserves it with some great play like Connor Roberts with another great delivery, and surely now we are going to win the league and cup double. It's just been a bit of a weird way of doing it, but we've got there in the end, surely. 3-0 up at half-time, cruising, controlling the game, limiting them to nothing, creating chances, and actually bloody taking them. This is so much better. It's ironic because I would argue that we were honestly better creatively against them in the league in that game, that we drew 0-0 than we have been tonight, but we've managed to take the chances tonight. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day in football. You can create as much as you want, but if you don't take them, that's the key. But that's also why I was keen not to suddenly switch things, even though we weren't scoring the goals, because it looked like we would score the goals. And today we are. Connor Roberts, ball in, Strikic, and he's offside. Second half has very much been a more subdued affair, but when you're 3-0 up, we can kind of just cruise at this point. We've not really bothered to try and go after any more goals. We've had a few little opportunities here and there, but nothing major. I think we might be able to find perhaps one more little opening with a few little substitutions to freshen the legs up. Wiles is on, and a few other players. Dean Fisher's also on. Fisher, back for Concert, just sort of controlling things from the edge of the area. Just trying to find those little gaps to find those passes through. Fisher, Campbell, Roberts. Oh, here we go. Can he find the ball through? And he does, and Sobby's on the end of it. Great work. In the end, it's been another brilliant performance from the lads. This is the kind of play that we've done so often lately. We've looked really, really strong. Defensively, attacking-wise, and getting what we deserved out of this from a goal-scoring standpoint today, which is much, much more like it from us. And we are surely now going to win the cup. A league and cup double is exactly what the board wanted when we came in. We have achieved it now, albeit a lot of the work was done for us, and it's going to be a slog next season, of course, as we try to make sure we can do it from scratch. And there we go. Dinamo Zagreb 3, Šibenik 0. But this game was over before it even started. Those two early goals, both created and put on a plate by Cesar Jalabert, are the reason we've won this game. But let's face it, like, we hadn't actually beaten Šibenik since we joined the club. They beat us 3-2 earlier this season, and then had that 0-0 not that long ago either. So for us to come here and put our demons to bed with a 3-0 victory in the cup final is a good moment for us. And it's our first cup win in the save as well. We've won the league and we've won the cup. Now, next season, of course, it will mean an awful lot more to me if we do the double again, but Europe is really going to be our focus then. Really, really nice to see from the lads, though. They seem happy, and that's all that really matters to me. Is the keeper going to be the one that does the flip? Go on, keeper. Throw me a flip in. He is, I feel like. Yes, go on, keeper. You love to see it. So there we go. 3-0 in the end. This game was basically over by half-time, but really it was practically over after 15 minutes. Come on, lads. In case you're wondering, Juve won the Champions League. Weston McKennie's goal equalised for them, and they won it on penalties. So sadly, Veleshta were in fact relegated last season. We don't know where they finished this year because they're actually in a non-playable league now, which is really sad for the boys. They did so well. They got to the top flight. Ermis, at the very least, have managed to bail themselves out and are looking like they're not going to be relegated, which I suppose is something. And Christou has at least found himself in the team a lot more this season, but it does seem that he's faded away from being in Cyprus contention, which is a shame, really, for him. Szeged's new manager definitely pulled them out the mire a little bit. When I saw at one point they were 11th in the league, and they have finished eventually 9 points clear of the relegation zone. Not a great season from the Szegedi boys, which is a bit of a shame. I wonder if Crespin's still there. Yep, yes indeed, he is still at Szeged. I still don't know if he'd really be the kind of quality of player we'd be looking for at this point, but it's cool to see that he's still there and still scoring goals for them, apparently. And well, Osasuna are not coming 10th in the end. Had a much better... Maybe they just needed a bit of Unai Emery, you know? We just couldn't say good evening enough, and it just wasn't the right club for us. Maybe we were just a step too far too quickly. But I feel like we'll learn from that and come back another day. Not to Osasuna, of course, but still. Espanyol as well, struggling, did eventually stay up whilst being in the Europa League semi-finals, by the way. They got knocked out by Milan in the end. I think we've done okay. There's still been some poor little defeats in there, but I think I'm getting ideas of what I want to do with us next season as far... Why have we got a friendly already? As far as, like, tactics-wise, and obviously with the right signings, I think we can definitely improve. And the aim of the game next season is European football. No matter where we are, which competition we're in, we're going to be doing some European football. And I'm excited about that, if nothing else. So, if you've enjoyed this episode and this season, our first little mini half season here at Dinamo Zagreb, then drop a like on the video. That would be extremely nice. If you're new to the channel, drop a like on the video as well. Wait, subscribe, but we can do both. And stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So go follow there too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for transfer window goodies. Oh my goodness, it's going to be fun. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybaras. Bye-bye.
At the end of the day, she's gone, but you don't wait for me, 'cause 'cause I keep